want to take Sheila with me. Come on, Sheila. I want to borrow your body for a minute.
Yeah, he wants to make a feckin' Egypt out of
I don't want to make a feckin' Egypt out of you. No, I want you to meet these chaps here. First of all, we've got Joe Cawley. How do you do? And we've Shaun Aisbitt. Now, this young man just happened to be sitting there. What's your name? Jason Rock. Anything to... Yeah, related to the great man, are you?
Don't get up.
Okay, now, I want you lads to stand up. Well, first of all, Joe. And mind the microphone. Right, now this gives you some idea what it was like when Charles was trying to dance with Sheila.
That bad.
How tall are you, Joe?
6'9".
6'9.5". What's your occupation?
I'm a guard.
He's a guard. Are you surprised? What's the minimum height for guards?
5'9".
5'9", and you're a full foot over that, 12 inches over that. You're not the tallest man in Ireland, though, are you?
No.
Well, the tallest man in Ireland is sitting down there. Shaun, do you want to stand up?
Poor Sheila.
Stand beside.
Smaller and smaller and disappear altogether.
Shaun, actually, maybe you're still growing, Joe, because actually, Shaun, you look a bit shorter than Joe at the moment. But how tall are you, Shaun?
I'm 6'10.5".
6'10.5". Look at me. I just look at the picture on the screen there. I'm like a midget. like a small fella. The problems for fellas like you. What size shoes do you take, Shaun?
I think 16.
Size 16 in the shoe. And what's the inside leg on the trousers?
Oh, I don't know.
Don't know. What about you, Joe?
I'm a 12. Fairly normal 12. Fairly normal 36.
36 inside leg. So where's the length coming from? It's the torso, is it? Yeah. The problems for people being that tall.
Beds.
Like cars. Do you drive a car?
I drive a car, right, but it's no long journeys. I wouldn't recommend a long journey
In a car?
in a car, yeah.
Bus?
Oh, impossible.
Plane?
Oh, worse again.
Worse again?
Yeah.
Travelling anywhere in a place, just pure misery for you?
Yeah, you have to take selected seats, you know. You have to ask for the seats before you book the ride. You know.
You've got to stick your legs right out in the aisle or something like that.
And then you get kicked.
And what sort of things do people say to you? Because you do draw attention to yourselves, whether you like it or not.
Well, as I always say, it's like being famous without having the money. You can't walk down the street, people just look at you everywhere, you know. You hear people saying things to you all the time.
Like what?
Making smart comments. Well, a lot of them are foreign letters, so I won't say them here.
Yeah, but any
people are always saying things like, your mother told you not to be long and look at the length of you. Or,
if you're any longer, you'll be late.
you felt you'd be halfway home.
You're fine men, God bless you. You should be proud of yourselves.
Oh.
Yeah. What about the girls? How do they relate to you? I mean, Sheila dancing with Charles Mitchell was one thing,
For
but
God's sake, Charles. That's exaggerated, for heaven's sake.
yeah, he's 6'1.5". But I mean, do you want to try them for size, Sheila?
I'll make Charles come out and waltz with me. I'm not waltzing with one of them.
So what about it, Joe? I mean, when you go to a dance and
there's
It'd be
difficulties,
all right,
alright.
just holding hands like that, you know.
but not dancing.
But not for the slow dances, it wouldn't work out.
No, I suppose it
You'd make it work, you know.
could make it work.
Yeah.
Is it a problem though when you go to a dance?
It's a bit of a problem, alright, in the sense that, you know, you feel sort of up there and everybody's sort of down there and they're sort of looking up at you in that sort of way. Yeah, you get that sort of a problem, alright.
Yeah.
You have to sort of see ahead, like, and
You see it. You know.
also there's some discos like Leeson Street where we have bulbs just bang into your head all the time.
The disco floors are amazing, yeah.
So you don't even know what a girl looks like because you have to sort of bend down and...
You push the clouds aside first and then you sort of stick your head
That's
down.
right, all the smoke is rising up into your area.
Yeah.
Making a whole lot of noise.
But at the same time, there isn't a bad seat in a theatre or a cinema for you, is there?
Well, there is. You've got to sort of either sit on the aisle or in the front row because you end up with your knees and your mouth the whole time.
Yeah.
It's similar to the planes or the buses or the case. I mean, they're just made for normal people. 5/8, what I mean is by normal, you know.
By normal people, yeah. Because I find it cramped enough on an airplane, for example. So you guys, it must be pretty awful. But would you swap? Would you like to be a foot smaller?
No.
No, I don't think so.
Shaun, you're a bit doubtful. I think you would like to be somewhat smaller.
No. I wouldn't know what it's like to be small, really, anyway, so...
See, we consider this normal.
Like, you know, it's what's
see,
like
we
normal.
live with it every day of the
normal.
week.
Yeah.
And I'm happy down here, so what the heck?
But in terms of clothes, I mean, did someone knit that for you, or could you buy that now off the shelf in a shop?
That's stretch, basically. Pulled and stretched basically down to that length.
Yeah, and your suit now, did you be...
this is made by Louis Copeland. It's
a beautiful suit.
a competition won about 2 or 3 years ago. They had a tallest man competition on the Gay Byrne Show. Be a rival. And I won the competition. This is what I won.
Otherwise, where would you get your suits?
Usually have to go to London. Louis Copeland said he will be making them, whatever, but I just don't have the money for the thing, you know.
You don't have the money, so otherwise you have to go to London to shop for shoes and trousers and all of that. Who are you waving at, Sheila?
Friends up there.
Oh, friends up there.
Friends that knew my mother up there too, Mrs. Kennedy, looking down there.
Right.
Great
You're among friends. Well, you knew you were among friends anyway. Okay, well, I can't offer you any help in this regard, but there is an operation where you can get a bit lopped off the bit from there to there.
I heard of a guy who did that. Apparently, it burns your bones very badly. It hurts terribly.
So that's out of the question.
Completely, yeah.
But in your job, at least, Joe, it must be a help when you're dealing with the criminal classes.
Well, I don't know. It brings an awful lot of attention onto yourself as well. You know, they always want to knock the big man down. You know, as I say, a big tree is easily felled. You know.
Oh well, I can't see them taking you on too readily anyway, Joe. Anyway, fellas, thanks very much for coming in and sharing your problems with us. And thank you, Sheila, for coming up.
Nice meeting you.
Right. Well done, Shaun and Joe.